Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I've done something funny to the screen, Tom.
Yeah, you moved the confetti. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it later.
Oh, okay. Sort of confetti's like, yeah, but look, it's still off the... Sorry, guys, I'm messing up. Well, I've got a red line in a weird place, Tom.
Doesn't matter. We'll fix it later. It really doesn't matter.
I've got to ignore that for the whole stream, then.
No, just in this scene.
Okay. Oh, sorry you're feeling unwell, B. More than unwell by the sound of it. Sound of it.
Sound?
By the sound of it. Oh, flu's horrible. So who else have we got to say hello to? Let me scroll up to the top and see who we've got here. Hey, Carol. Carol's first again. Well, actually, no.
Yeah.
I was first, followed by Tom.
Same bums.
Can't count us. Especially when we're saying bums.
Yeah.
Hey, Linda. And Jan. And B, I've already said. And Emily. Kaz. And Jen. Did I say Jen? Hey, Rachel. And Debs. Did I say Alison?
I don't know.
I haven't got a flu, but I'm a bit not quite top form myself. So if I fluff my words, I apologise in advance. Hey, Lucy. Okay, right. Brace yourselves for the big reveal. I just need to remember how to do it. And ta-da!
I wasn't braced.
Tom may have to abandon me because, as you know, he's not here in person where he would usually be.
Yeah, not patting her head.
He's
like
over at his house, but he's got somebody arriving at some point probably during the stream, haven't you?
Yeah, sometime between 3 and 5.
Excuse me, you're not boring me, honest. Hey, Renee. Hey, little sparrow. Spadger. little sparrows. Sparrows are LBJs, little brown jobs. Guess what I'm doing?
Hi, Louise. Is it something involving yarn by any chance?
It's something involving yarn, yes. I've got I've started my jumper, and this is my first time using circular needles, and I love them. Somebody's gone green. Yay! Well done, Debs. Thank you. 4-month founding artist.
Nerd alert.
Hey! Yeah, I'm loving these circular needles. It's so much easier than having those great big... Because when it's a jumper this size for a man, the needles have to be really long, don't they? Like with a crochet hook, it's always the same length. It doesn't matter how big a piece you're doing with knitting needles. And I'm sort of like this with them, you know. These, brilliant. You just change the tips or whatever size you want.
Dance there.
Yes, a little cockney, hey ho.
She loves her knees up.
Doing a Lambeth walk and all that. So I've got my... I was going to... Oh, there it is. It's me looking for the pattern to show you what I'm going to be knitting.
She'll be doing Jola London taxi later.
Yeah, Jola Cabby. Joe the Cabby. Joe the Cabby. Cockney version. That would be a good thing, actually. Yeah. So that's my... that's what I'm knitting. But in this pretty... I forgot what they called it, duck egg nep, N-E-P-P. I don't know what that means. I haven't seen that before. It's very pretty. Yeah. This is meant to be for Tom because it's men's crafting this month, but Tom's not a jumper wearer, so I'm kind of thinking, and neither is John actually, so I'm kind of thinking I might shorten it slightly and make it for myself. I like the pattern in it.
It needs to be shorter for some reason.
It's got this basket. Yes, because I'm a lady.
Yeah, a tiny lady. Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
No, Deb, she's not been at the gym yet. Just naturally mental.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I feel like
I've
done something wrong. Wait a minute. I have, my pattern's gone wrong. My pattern's
She's done it wrong already, guys.
Let me show you. I was doing this last night, you see. Bad light and tired.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get one pattern repeat done before today. But I've miscounted there. Because I've lost the check. You can see I've lost the check.
I mean, how badly wrong is it? Will anyone notice?
Yes. Yeah, definitely, because it's just not going to check there at all. Trouble is with crochet, I can very confidently rip a few rows back and quickly do them again. With knitting, I've got to pick up all the stitches again, which is very, very annoying.
Gross.
Yeah.
Hey, Snoppy. We can provide a suitable distraction.
Thanks, Jen. What a funny word, isn't it? Nep.
It probably stands for something.
Stands for the little specks in the yarn. Yeah, like Emily says, those other little colours. Yeah. Yeah, it does make it more interesting. Little funny little pieces of different colours. Yeah, nice. So I'm going to have to unpick a few... Oops, I'm going to have to unpick a few... Very dare you, Debs. It's a big jumper. I went for the biggest size, knowing that Tom would want the biggest size. But it turns out I don't think he wants it at all. I think every man should have a jumper, even if he hardly ever wears it, but, you know. But it's a lovely, a really pretty colour, and it feels nice, and I very happily wear it myself. In which case, I may as well make it slightly shorter with shorter sleeves, and then I'll have enough left for a hat to go with. Yeah, I went for the 48 to 50 inch chest size. Because Rachel had put in enough to do the biggest size, so I thought, well, I might as well do the biggest size. Oh no, it reminds me saying about it. I started to say just now and distracted myself. I've got, you know, like we sometimes ask a question and ask everybody the same question in the chat. I got one for today. So because we're focusing on men's crafts, what would hang on. I was going to say, who would you like to make a jumper for? But it could be which man would you like to hand make something for, and what would it be? Who would it be? Which man would you make something for, and what would you make them?
Interesting question.
Yeah. No muffs and willy warmers, thank you. I'm going to have to unpick this. I don't believe it. I've got no choice.
Carol's saying, can you put a lifeline in, then pull it back? I don't know what that means.
Does that mean you run a length of thread all the way through?
Kind of like you're picking up the stitches before you unpick things.
I wouldn't know which bit to put it through because I'm not very good with knitting.
Wrong and then just
I can
the whole
see
thing
where I've gone wrong. It's here. It's right back to there where I should have changed and gone back the other way.
Might need to switch to the split thing.
Oh. Showing you there's nothing. Yeah, that's how it's not. It's only a couple of rows. It's not the end of the world, but
yeah.
Oh, I'm so annoyed.
And hi, Nicola.
Didn't
see you there. You need to scroll your chat at some point as well.
Do I just pull the whole lot out and hope I can pick it up? Ugh, start again if worst comes to worst.
You could, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because it does, and I find certain parts of my hands and my wrist will ache. You wouldn't think it was that much weight, would you? But yeah. Oh, so I'm answering a question from ages ago, a comment from ages ago. My son, most probably a blanket. Oh, so my love can be wrapped around him whenever needed. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's snoppy. Alison saying, I made my very poorly dad an alpaca yarn crochet blanket. It's warm but lightweight. Yeah, I bet that feels beautiful. It's like being able to give him a hug all the time. Oh. It will be huge and the weight will make it even bigger. Yeah. Maybe I should have thought before I started that I would end up... That is just the back.
Yeah, this is going to be even bigger on you than the poncho. So.
Yeah. Do you think maybe I should make a smaller, all over again and make a smaller size since I've now gone wrong anyway?
Maybe.
What does everyone think?
That's a good suggestion. Nicola generally knits in a lifeline as she goes, every 5 rows or so.
So you just carry an extra piece of yarn along with it? Is that how you do it?
I guess so.
So someone put in I'm going to have to look up this lifeline thing after the stream with a needle.
Yeah.
That looked easier to me than picking up stitches again with my knitting needle. Yeah, I always find whenever I have to pick up stitches again, I always pick them up the wrong way round. So each stitch I then go into, I've got to turn it round and then knit into it. I do it every time. Yeah.
Hey, Rhonda.
Completely sympathise on it. Yeah. Confidently frog back crochet. But when you crochet, I just be going, oh, blah, and then go back into it again. Knitting, it's like, because it's such a lot of stitches.
Yeah. See, the suggestion that you could just not tell me and I won't notice is a good one.
I think Carol's yes must have been an answer to me saying, is that where you run a piece of yarn all the way through?
Yeah.
Pull the needle out, rip the stitches back until you're at the row where you went wrong, and then put it back on the needle one stitch at a time. That's what I would kind of just do anyway, but
Hi, Kathy. And
I have OCD, would definitely start again. Don't undo it, just start a new ball of wool. That's true, and then I can use that later on to make my hat. Alison, you're a genius. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to completely start again.
That way you could adjust and do a different size. And I could decide
which size to do. Because I would really love this jumper. I love this yarn.
Yeah.
And I would actually wear this a lot, whereas you might wear it twice.
If I was going to wear jumpers, then I would probably wear it. But in reality...
Yes, if you were going to choose a jumper, I think you might. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a nice, easy going. I like the round neck. I like this design, makes it interesting without being too much.
And like you said in your video, I'd probably prefer that neck to the other
high
option.
One. Yeah, I never like it. Hate a neck around there. Yeah. Okay, so I will instead go for...
Jen's saying measure it. Good option.
Measure what? The piece I've done? There was actually a tape measure in with the box. So... Oh, and I've got one along the bottom of my cutting board.
This is saying gauge square plus pat. I don't think the pat is related, but I should pat you on the head. Oh, it was asking earlier if you did a gauge square.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do a gauge square. So that's come out 57 centimetres.
At least now you've got the equivalent to a gauge square, I guess. I'm assuming from context that a gauge square is you do something to check what your tension is going to end up.
So many rows and
size-wise.
so many stitches and get a square. Yeah. Here, look, it's supposed to be 13.5 stitches and 23 rows to 10 centimetres over the pattern. This is, I've only ribbed, I was measuring the rib there. I never usually bother doing it, especially for something like a jumper where I don't really care. It's not like I've got to be accurate. You can see I'm not even measuring it, but I can't even be asked. I'm just too lazy to do this kind of thing. 160. It looks like that's coming out 160, whereas it should have been 150, so I'm knitting a bit big.
So with you knitting a bit big and the size being designed for me, not for you.
Yeah.
Sounds like a smaller size might be in order.
Yeah. I'm just measuring it again, not terribly carefully, but yeah. Okay. I'm going to start again. It's very annoying, but at least I've had a practice at the pattern, and if I don't lose my way and try to watch Star Trek at the same time and try to knit at 2 o'clock in the morning with poor light.
Yeah. And Emily is right to an extent. The jumper being too big is just more cosy.
Yeah, I don't like I hate a jumper that feels tight.
Yeah.
I like a jumper to be like huge, really.
But you do need to not have it fall around you.
Yeah.
You don't want to fit through the neck hole.
No. Okay. Just take that as practice.
Yeah, it's just a fancy gauge square.
I've got to change the sizes of the needles again now because I'm going back to the smaller size needles. Yeah. I did like how they even came with this little key thing to tighten the needle up with. Have you got any more answers to what man would you make? Would you craft something for? What man would you hand make something for, and what would it be?
Yeah.
Oh, what did you win from Create and Craft with Christine, Rhonda? Yeah, it is too big for me. I know I'm bigger than I want to be, but I know I'm not as big as I make myself out to be sometimes. I know, because things turn out to be too big.
Yeah. Like the poncho, for example.
Yeah. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Claire. Who else have I missed? Have I missed anyone? Jan, I don't think I said. I said hello to Jan. Oh, lovely. Oh, Christine does such lovely prizes. Yeah, it would suit me, wouldn't it? Oops, I've just pulled a few more stitches out now. It would suit me. Okay, decision made. Well, not completely, because I've got to decide what colour, what size I'm going to do now. I'm torn between those two. I don't want it to be... I think I'm going to do that size so I can put it at that. I know that sounds big, but I don't want it... I don't want it to be small.
Yeah.
I like a chunky big jumper. Okay.
Yeah. Emily crocheted a sweater vest for her younger brother twice. First time I went down to his knees because she didn't measure. Second attempt after taking measurements was much better. Who'd have thought?
I did measure the body of the jumper and it came out... Actually, I've got to bear that in mind. It came out bigger than it says there as well. Because I measured the back and kind of doubled it up in my head, and that came out a bit bigger than this says here as actual measurement. So, I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to do that size. I'm not going to deliberate about it any longer. That won't be too big for me to wear, I'm sure.
Yeah, Alison's saying make it one size bigger than you think you are. Yarn usually relaxes when washed.
Ah, that's interesting. If it relaxes, wouldn't that mean it would get bigger then rather than smaller?
Yeah. That's what I would mean if I was saying relaxes at least. But then I don't knit or crochet, so...
They tell you to make sure you don't do this tightening up by holding the plastic because you can end up making it loose there.
Yeah.
I actually bothered to read the instructions for that.
Weirdo.
I know.
Yes, people are saying it will get bigger.
Will get bigger rather than, should I go for that middle size? I can't make my mind up. Put that in there for a minute so I don't
you want it to end up slightly too big regardless.
I want it to be too big for me, really, because that...
You can always wear something that's a bit too big, but if it's too small...
If it's too small, I'll just hate it. Because I won't like the feel of it or the look of it. That's the thing.
Jodie made Icelandic sweaters for her husband.
Ooh.
He's 6'4", so they had to be huge.
There's a lot of work in there as well. Those are the ones that have got all the patterns, aren't they? They're beautiful.
Yeah. Jen is suggesting a tension swatch again.
I really should, shouldn't I?
You really should, yeah.
Oh,
Otherwise you're going to go
Jen.
to all this effort and then you're going to hate it because it doesn't fit.
Oh no, but I'd have to do the tension swatch in the normal size needles. Also, then I'd have to understand the tension swatch. I mean, how do you measure 13 and a half stitches and 23
Oh dear.
over the pattern? 14 stitches and 20 rows to 10 centimetres over stocking stitch on 6mm needles. Okay. Oh, God's sake.
You can do that.
Yeah, I'll just change the needles back again now. This will be the first time I've ever bothered to do a tension square, because normally I just don't care enough about the size of things, because I just basically want to, if I'm making something for myself, I just basically want to knit a marquee. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Same reason you don't buy clothes that need ironing. It's like,
Yeah, who
I just
cares
want to
anyway?
wear clothes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Don't plan to leave the house anyway.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why wear iron clothes if you're not going to be seen?
Okay.
For anyone thinking, oh, but you'll see yourself in a mirror. No, she won't.
I don't know if I'm blaming you for this or thanking you for this, Jen.
Well.
Swatch and then block? That's not happening.
You got a whole stream. There's plenty of time to get the swatch done.
No, but not the block.
Well,
Blocking part.
you start making a hat while you wait for the blocking to be done.
I could just crochet a hat and there wouldn't be a problem. Okay, right.
Yeah.
So how many? 14 stitches and 20 rows.
You can do that. Jodie's suggesting you might be able to guesstimate the tension more or less from what you did.
Well, that's what I was trying to do just now, but apparently it's not good enough. Okay.
Oh dear.
Well, I suppose at least it would be easier to do a tension swatch on here than cock up my pattern again. I'll probably won't impress people with the way I cast on either, but there we go. It's not too bad.
Oh, don't worry, people aren't coming here to be impressed.
No, they've got over that.
Yeah. We might have one or two new people, and they might be disappointed, but everyone else is like, yeah, this is part of the course.
Actually, no, I did this. I did this a different way before. I'm gonna do the long tail thing.
Purple Poppy would like to see the wool label.
Oh right, okie dokie. Here it is. There's the front. It's 100 grams.
Life Jockey.
Duck egg net. 72% acrylic, 25% wool. Approximately 148 metres. And it says there 10 by 10, 20 rows, 14 stitches. Oh, that's what it says on the pattern as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
You see, Alison says
Nice.
once you've done your tension swatch, you can use it as a blanket for your seagull.
Yeah. We'll just unpick it and use it for something else.
Or just do that, yeah.
Yeah. Something else popped into my head then and it's gone. Nope, gone.
It was probably boring anyway, I wouldn't worry.
Yeah.
I
Oops.
managed to hurt my foot yesterday.
Did you? Dropping something on it?
Yes.
Or?
No, I was stepping around something and caught it on the steam cleaner thing?
Yeah.
It's got like a metal prong that sticks out the front of it. I caught one toe with that at
Ouch.
high speed.
Ouch.
It was bleeding a bit.
Ooh.
Didn't break anything.
You'd be surprised how
But,
often I
yeah.
manage to just catch my one little toe on a door frame as I go through it. I must walk with my toes splayed out like that or something.
Like you're drinking a cup of tea with your feet.
6, 8, 10. What was it? 20, wasn't it? Was it 20? Or 14? No, 14 stitches and 20 rows. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay.
You don't do 20 and 14.
11, 12, 13, 14.
I'm just saying you need to cast on more than the 14 stitches for the swatch as the sides and ends curl.
Oh no.
She's also saying she's no expert, so...
How will I know how to measure it then? Where to measure from?
Measure it in the middle.
Okay, I'll do an extra 2 stitches then.
And then you only continue 14 of them as you go down. I don't know how knitting works.
No, I think I'll have to do... Just make a 10 by 10 window out of a piece of paper and count inside it.
And that's an option, yeah.
Yeah.
So you make a wider panel and then just count. It all sounds very complicated.
It's just why I never bloody bother, see. It's just like, it's lost me. It's lost me. Basically, I never make anything where the sizing is that crucial. But I am aware, I have become aware over the years that I do knit and crochet on the looser side. My tension must be quite loose because my work comes out bigger than it should.
Yeah.
If anything. Unless I'm really tense about it and it gets tight. Yeah, yeah.
Usually because I crochet angrily.
So am I going to do like a stocking stitch or just a knit? Yeah, stocking stitch.
I think you said stockings, yeah.
And then I'll have to unpick all of this.
Yes, Linda, it's going to take longer to do the swatch than knitting the jumper.
Yeah.
But the jumper will be the right size.
Yeah, but it's like you're asking me to count and stuff, you know, and you know.
Oh, yeah.
No.
It's difficult counting. Jan says it's going to fit both of us at once. I think if you'd carried on with that size you were doing, it would have been probably even big on me.
I do like those really outsized jumpers. They probably make me look even bigger than I am, to be fair, but I just feel more comfortable in them.
I mean, that is the problem with wearing a marquee, is you do end up marquee shaped.
Yes. I always hate doing the first couple of rows, whether it's knitting or crochet. I just I don't enjoy those first couple of rows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just saying cast on 20 stitches, work them all, and after you block, you measure just the 14 stitches in the middle.
I've now only done
to check tension.
16 instead of 20. Is that going to be okay?
That'll be 20. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it'll be plenty, but
after you
have to
block.
do.
Now, so when you say block, Jen, when I blocked my granny squares, I slightly stretched them onto I've got that blocking board thing now. I slightly stretched them and I sprayed them with a bit of water and let them dry. So they came out straighter and nicer and slightly bigger than before I blocked them. So when I block this, should I do the same thing, or is the idea not to slightly stretch it?
Well, if you weren't confused enough already, Kathy is now suggesting you do 18 stitches.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
14 plus 2 on each side. But Jen's saying that 16 is fine.
I've got 16. I am not starting again. Same as crochet.
Do the same as crochet, yeah. Luckily, you've got that board.
But is that what you would do with crochet? Because, I mean, that was new to me as well. I've never bothered to block granny squares before, you know. And I've mostly always just done like handicraft things, not kind of garments or anything where it matters much, you know. But I do think, size-wise, but I do think it makes the stitches all settle nicely. And if it's like lacy patterns and things, they just come up nicer once you've blocked them, don't they? It just shows the pattern off nicely and everything. Made my squares all nice and kind of straight and regular as well.
Well, I think you need to do 21 stitches, so you have 3 extra on the left, 4 extra on the right.
You can shut up. I've got a bit of a tangle going on by my feet now because I've got wires down there. Oh. But I have to say, when I was settled down doing this on my lap and before I realised I was doing it all blooming wrong last night, I was very comfortable sitting there using this circular needle. So much easier. Yeah.
Too comfortable.
I just need to get used to it, but when I turn, I have to think about it every time I turn.
And that's what our fearless leader is making. There is no fearless leader. She's terrified that she's done the wrong number of stitches in this thing.
I've had it up to here already. I'm now gone. But I had done all of this. Then realised I'd made it too big. Then caved into sensible suggestions that I should do a tension square. Then actually followed the instructions, or what I thought was following the instructions, did my 14 stitches, couple extra to be on the safe side.
Apparently you should do at least 4 more rows than needed as well, so you can measure in the middle rows wise. You've got to avoid the curling edges.
Well, I've got 2 more rows. If I'm going to block it, the edges won't be curled anymore anyway.
Well, what if they are? Suggesting you do some crochet.
This is what I'm. This is what I'm knitting, and it was going to be for Tom, but we've now decided he won't wear it. It's going to be for me because he just doesn't wear jumpers.
Yeah. No.
It's a beautiful yarn, and I got 10 balls of it, which is more than enough to make the biggest size. So I'll probably have enough left to make a hat.
I appreciate the attempt from you and from Stitch Kit to include me in the thing.
Yeah, you're ungrateful.
Well, I don't know about ungrateful so much as...
Here is the discount code, if anybody wants to get hold... This isn't... I've put it in the description box because it's not just about knitting this time, it's more about making things... It's crafting for men or by men, basically. And you can use this against a mystery box of any of the different disciplines that they do. I've put the description in the description box, funny enough. You can get 10% off of that as well.
Good place for it.
But this particular box that I've got, with all of the pattern, the needles, tape measure, stitch holder, 10 balls of wool, was 30 quid box. But you can choose different price points.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm standing on my yarn.
Don't do that. It's not a sock. Although, the way this tension square thing is going, it might end up a sock. Who knows?
It is a nice looking pattern. I like the basket weave effect, but I had gone wrong. I didn't realise I'd gone wrong last night. I think it comes of, I'm still sitting there knitting at 2 o'clock in the morning and I can't really see what I'm doing because the lighting is so appalling down there. I need to get myself a light for crafting by in the evenings.
You do, yeah. The light down there is terrible in multiple ways. Like, it's not light enough to craft by, but it's at just the right angle that you can't see the screen on the TV.
Yeah, and
because all you see is a reflection of the light bulb.
Yeah, if I had like a bit of task lighting, I could have that on, but have the main lights off, so I could still see the telly better. But just light up what I'm looking at, which would be a lot better. Yeah. Oh, should I be keeping track of the rows? I haven't been counting. How many have I done? See, this is. I always get confused trying to count as well. Shut up. So there's my cast on row, and then I've done 3 more, haven't I? That's 3. I think I've done 3. I'm going to have to keep track of this as I go along because
I'm so busy discussing that you should do more than the required 20. But you didn't think to keep track of how many.
I'm not very good at looking at them and counting, knowing which to count. So I guess I'm counting 1, 2, 3. I've done 3. Is that right, guys? I could try the around the neck lights. Yeah. Might be worth a try. Sometimes I'm doing things though that are on I've got them spread out on the coffee table in front of me. I've got this huge, low coffee table. So sometimes if I'm doing things like a tag book or something, I'll be working on that. So I need more of an area lit up. I also need, the other thing about the lighting downstairs that's bad is that it's that in here I've got that kind of white light. Down there it's a very warm light, which isn't very good for crafting by.
Change tack and make a blanket for the love of...
Change tack and make
I mean, you could use that pattern, that sort of grid pattern thing, for a blanket. It'd be quite nice. And
just rather than make a jumper with it.
Yeah.
That would be like giving in. Easier. That would be like giving in.
Yes.
I'm going
to some cling film.
I'm going to just... Who said that?
Debs, obviously. I have summoned a shorts. Hey, shorts.
Hey, shorts.
How about dyeing some thread and fabric?
Yeah. I did do all right with my just making a mess last week, didn't I? I got them. I think they're downstairs now.
Oh, I did have so much faith in you.
Oh no, it wasn't last Wednesday I did that. That was Saturday's, wasn't it? Saturday's activity was the painting and cling film and everything.
Yeah.
I did do some more of that. And I only one more time forgot to cut round the actual cling film. Quickly realised and peeled it off. Hi, Dawn.
Oh dear, that was funny.
I can't give in and make a blanket.
You can.
I can't. Although I'm looking at it now and thinking this blanket would go. This colour would go so well with our decor downstairs, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, assuming you don't give in and you do make the jumper, you should in the future use that checkerboard pattern to make a blanket.
It is a pretty pattern,
isn't something
it?
else.
Yeah. It does knit up pretty quickly, being this chunky weight yarn.
Ooh, apparently Dyson makes good task lighting. Dyson, I bet, is ridiculously overpriced.
And can you hoover with it as well? And I'm finding two brand names
it's quieter
together.
Than their fan.
Vacuum with it, I should have said, not hoover with it.
Well,
hoover, can you Dyson with it as well?
Gin is needed, yeah.
Yeah, I think it would help, to be fair. I think that's what we might be going to do for the new emoji. That's one of the ideas we're toying with, isn't it?
The light hovers on its own above the work surface. Yeah. Knowing Dyson, they'd make it hover, but it'd be ridiculously dim or something.
Yeah, to save power.
That Dyson bladeless fan thing that they're always going about is A, ridiculously expensive, B, absurdly loud, apparently. Sounds like a jet taking off. Of course it has blades, they're just in the base of the thing. But yeah, they're advertising like, oh yeah, you don't get buffeted around like you do with a normal fan. I have never sat in front of a fan and thought, oh good lord, I'm going to fall out of my...
Well, to be fair,
not a problem that needed solving.
I have, when I used to have it, because our office was so ridiculously hot, I had a fan on all the time in my face, but it was really annoying, and in the end it was like, can I stand this fan blowing in my face anymore, or do I put up with the heat instead and pass out with the heat? Yeah. I don't know.
I suppose at your size the fan is more of a problem. You get blown away like a speck of dust.
It makes your eyes go dry and blows your hair about and blows your paperwork about.
Yeah, keep moaning and perhaps serious readers' lights will contact you. Yeah, get sponsored by a light company.
He did actually, didn't he? He called me small more than thin though, I think, Shorts, to be fair.
Yeah, I implied that you're light enough to be blown around by a fan.
Yeah, you did. You did. If I made this into a blanket, would you want it then?
More so than a jumper.
Yeah. Because that would still be crafting for men then, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. And you'd end up using it when you came around here because you're always cold here.
I am always cold.
To be fair, that's because I keep it at like 12 degrees.
It's the only time you put the heating on is when I'm coming round, isn't it?
Yeah.
It seems such a shame though, because it's such a nice...
I'm going to call you Art from now on.
Yeah, Art. Hi, Art. Oh, thank you. Yeah, don't forget the thumbs up. I wonder what colours those are called. I think one was called aubergine, was it? Or am I making that up? Yeah, aubergine and pumpkin.
Oh, yeah, that's what she's making there is a blanket for her. It's nearly done. This is just a tension square she's making to...
Yeah, I'm just attention seeking.
Wee. Jackie's even easier than Art. We try to use the name that people are displayed as in the thing. But see, Art you love
hi,
is...
Jackie. Yeah, but if you're all right for us to call you Jackie, that's fine. But yeah, we're just trying to be a little bit careful because some people are, some people prefer we don't. Yeah, do a poll, blanket or jumper. That's a good idea. You can't do. Have you set it up so you can do a poll now, Tom?
No, we can't do that yet.
Okay, wait. I can do this. Oh, ask a question. I don't want ask a question.
Yeah, you do. You're doing the right thing.
Was I?
Yeah.
I start a poll.
Yeah.
But it's just coming up yes or no.
If you can change those.
Oh.
See, this is the problem. She thinks she don't know what she's doing, and therefore stops. But she's doing the right thing. It's all confidence. And that is the other problem, Shorts. Yeah, remembering people's names.
Yes, because
I remember for this stream that you're Jackie.
Yeah, and I know that
time.
There's someone else that's Jackie that isn't Jackie in the who is here.
We do have several Jackies.
Yeah, we got fabulous Jacks. There's another one as well that doesn't sound like Jackie at all, but I know she's Jackie. And Purple Poppy we know is Claire, but not everybody would. Some people might think, well, is she talking about Claire? And they might not realise it's Purple Poppy. It does get confusing.
Yeah, and don't get started on Sue's.
Yeah, we've got so many Sues. We've only got one 00 Sue though.
There is only one 00 Sue, yeah.
Okay. Oh. Blanket, but with stitched together small blocks so it's easier to manage. Yeah.
Bit like the granny square poncho you did, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Casting on for a blanket, yeah, that's true.
The details have a wire attached to them. I think she might have noticed,
Yeah. It stops all the stitches falling off. Sure, the lady that did the box for you would want you to make something you'd use rather than a jumper you won't use.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But I'd probably use it. I would wear the jumper. Yeah. There's no wrong option. No, it's an either. There's anything wrong with our Sues.
They're all brilliant. We've just got so many.
Yeah. Blanket with arms, yes. Yeah.
You see, that's a problem. Hello, a jumper's not necessary for me, even in the winter.
Yeah, he goes about literally in a t-shirt in what I would say was icy cold weather.
Yeah, I've got all the windows open here at the moment.
John's kind of the same. Otherwise, I'd make it for him because he's, he never wears jumpers as such. If he's really cold, he occasionally will put like a t-shirt on, like underneath, like a vest underneath whatever else he's wearing, but it's quite rare.
Yeah, sometimes in the winter I have to put socks on.
Whereas I'll be really layered up. Yeah. I'm doing another.
Go on. I say it winds you up when we're walking somewhere in the winter, and like you go to show me how cold your hands are. Mine are just perfectly warm and normal. It's
Yeah.
like, how are you that warm?
And mine are like ice blocks.
Yeah.
Snoppy, I am kind of doing a scrappy blanket inspired by the one that Wendy did, with all different kinds of granny squares and shapes and things in oddments of wool. But I've got 10 beautiful balls of beautiful brand new wool. I don't want to like put them in amongst a scrappy blanket. Do you know what I mean? I want to do something really nice with this.
And if you do end up doing a blanket, it'd be nice if it was at least relatively inspired by the pattern.
Yeah, so that way, if I did it using that pattern, that would be quite nice. And if I did it in smallish blocks, like bigger than this, as long as I make sure it's the right multiple, I suppose it needs to be multiple of... Well, actually, it only needs to be multiples of 5, I suppose.
A lot of the jumper pattern is just one big straight panel, pretty much like a blanket.
Yeah, once you get going, and if you don't go wrong on the pattern...
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So you could be following the pattern for a good part of the thing, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad it's not just random old ladies using as a heating pad shorts. That would be that would be weird.
Oh, I love making dioramas.
You do, yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to bring one of my miniature room boxes up. I'll go and get one now, because I haven't got a treasure to show today. I'll go and get that now while Tom's still here, because he might disappear at any time.
True, I might, yes. We can talk about the electronic wiring in this room box while Schultz is here. It's fine, Schultz, don't worry. It's all good. Plenty of current limiting for those LEDs. It would look good, wouldn't it, Sally? Oh, I've got a whole... I should send you a photo of the wall of resistors that I've got, Schultz. It's not through lack of parts, just lack of care.
So you can stop talking about me, Tom.
I was actually winding Schultz up, telling him about the electronic.
I was just going to say, I've got that one in here somewhere, ready to start working on my Moroccan Bazaar one. That's going to be a huge humdinger project, that one.
Also, in our defence, this is how the room box kits tell you to wire the electronics. They just give you a battery holder, some LEDs, and some wire.
We were doing a better job because they just tape it together with that crappy tape, don't they? The peel-off label
things. Yeah, you twist the
things.
wires and put like a piece of sticker on.
At least we were doing a bit of soldering and stuff.
Yeah.
But there are...
It's a good idea, Alison. It would be easy for me.
Just imagining the old ladies hanging off of Short's arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be really easy for Tom. Yeah. And it is like crafting for men or by men. So, Tom.
Yeah. I could do some other crafting to make up for it.
See, Carol's saying don't give up. I can do it. I can do it. And the colour would suit me.
I mean, yeah. Which is going to be less stressful for you to do?
I don't think the jumper will be that stressful once I get it. It's partly doing it live, and it's the first time I've used circular needles. I'm not used to knitting, and I just went wrong with the pattern, and I've never bothered doing a tension square before. But anyway, I've just brought this up to show you, only I dropped it partway down, and I've dropped loads of things on the floor. To be fair, that probably adds to the realism of it being my craft room. And I don't know how well... I wonder if it's better to... hang on.
Better hold it up to the face cam, probably.
Yeah, hang on. It's covered in dust. Also very like my craft room. Let's see if it will... the light will be good enough. Look at the dust. There's even a face mask being made on the ironing board.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that one's meant to have lighting, isn't it? But it doesn't work
it's
so
just
well.
that the battery's gone now, or the LED's gone or something. Now, I've dropped a bag on the floor with all sorts of bits. It says, look at all the stuff all over the floor. It's very realistic. That's that one. And then this one is a kitchen one. I like these ones because they just go on your bookshelf in between your books, and you don't have to think, well, where on earth am I going to? Whereas with like a doll's house or something, it's really difficult. I've also got some that are in like 3D box frames that you can actually just stick on a wall. Yeah, this crafternoon one was made up like mostly from scratch with a couple of pieces. Obviously, like the ironing board, I just added to. That was a sometimes I'll use bits foraged from kits, but I'll add bits to them and make them look a bit more kind of realistic. Leaning tower of rune boxes going on here. I love doing miniatures. Oh look, they fit together perfectly. You can't look because you're not here, but
there's definitely some stuff you'll want to look at in the live stream follow on.
148 scale. Right, let's have a look at. Oh, look, the blanket's only winning by not much percent now.
Yeah, there's a handy tool in there that I can already tell you're going to look at and go, and it wouldn't be handy for you at all.
Right, okay, let me go to Discord Peak. I'll just make sure I'm in the right bit first. Okay. Let's go up to the top. That's where we left off. Okay. Right. Now I'll go back in again and I can biggen things in there. What's a lovely colour. New pair of summer shorty socks. This is Nikki. Oh, pretty colours. Hi, Lucy. Was that Hi Ellie by Lucy or the other way around?
It's Hi Hayley.
Hi Hayley. Hi
Lucy.
Hayley by Lucy. Oh, lovely. I love that colour mixture, Nikki. Very summery. Oh, look. Hey, funny enough, I was just looking at my similar to that this morning. Ah. Remember when I did those scrappy string squares a couple of years back, Tom?
Yeah.
I've been getting them out in readiness for a bazaar thing that's coming up. I've got something very exciting going on with bazaar. Should be a video out tomorrow about that. Let's biggen this and have a look. Whoa, gorgeous. Oh, that is lovely. I really like that.
You got this in there?
Yeah, that's really lovely. Just want to feel that. I bet that feels amazing.
Yeah.
Look at the other ones as well. Oh, yum. Yummers. Friends says in there as well. There's a lot of work in that as well. Really beautiful. Oh!
Yeah. As I predicted.
Oh, it does. I see that it does.
Numbers and numbers.
I see that it does help you to see how to count the rows. So you've got the stitches marked out there. The whole thing is just making me go, but yes, I can see. The most helpful thing about it is showing you how to actually count the rows and things.
And then a whole lot of numbers you can just pretend aren't there.
yeah, just ignore all them. Oh, look at that. So this is 148 scale. Wow, I mostly do 12 scale-ish, but some of those rune box kits are, don't know what scale they're meant to be really. Cool, that is lovely. What did you make it with? Was that Nikki? Yeah. What did you make that with, Nikki? Did you have a kit? Did you make it up from... I'm always so impressed with what people can do making houses like this out of like old bottles and cereal boxes, and the way the roof tiles are done. And Lovely. Love it. Look at that texture down that chimney. Fab. Oh, now I've got to look at it from that side as well. Cool. Lovely.
Nice.
All the floor, all the like texturing on the floor. It's brilliant, isn't it? And all the kind of like sooty walls.
Looks lived in.
Yeah. We'll cook it up. We've got buildings in Norwich that are kind of like the floors go like that, like the wavy top of that roof. The floors are actually like that. You can see them from the outside of the buildings, can't you, Tom?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this! Oh, I love that. made a cuppa. Oh, Lisa, Pay It Forward channel. She's amazing, isn't she? And she does so many patterns free as well. Oh, I love that. Isn't that good? Oh, I love it. I'll look from this angle. It's a nice fabric you've used for it as well. My throat's going again, Tom.
Yeah. Well, apparently the house is a kit from Petite Properties, but she did the roof tiles with card and the pebble dash with sand and gesso.
Very satisfying doing that, creating those kind of effects, isn't it? I did a lot of that kind of thing on the Moroccan Bazaar thing, which all I've got to do now is the fun part, really. We've done the electronics bit.
Well,
much to Shorts' disgust, but
yeah.
And the shell of it is all there now. I've just got to make the inside bits, which is the bits I like the best.
Yeah, just the fun bit.
I just need to get back to it. I just don't have enough time to do all the things I want to do. It's that simple. So I'm back here now.
Do you have a video here of making your dioramas?
Hey, Mandy! Pardon?
Do you have a video here of making your dioramas?
No, I've done some miniature making things before, but at the time I didn't have a good enough camera and lighting set up to be able to show it, so I didn't really get into it. But I think I might do now. I've got the better setup.
It's funny because you're small enough to get into it.
I should consider retiring. Oh, wait.
That's a good idea, yeah.
Don't apologise, Mandy. You haven't missed much. You still got to put up with this for another hour yet, so...
Yeah. I might be disappearing for half of it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm a bit
less.
I don't think that poll has made me definite that I won't do the jumper. I think I'm going to persevere with the jumper.
Do the jumper.
Yeah.
And then use the pattern again to make a blanket some other time.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, like, one question I have about the tension square, peoples. If I do this tension square, how does it help me? Am I supposed to, if it comes up too big, am I then supposed to do the tension square all over again with another size of needles and hope that comes up perfect? And do I really care because I'm so making it outsize anyway?
Or if it comes out too big, you just go a size smaller on the pattern and hope it compensates.
Yeah. What would you do? The jumper was intended for Tom, Hayley, because it's this month's stitch kit. Is focusing on crafting for men. So in other words, either men doing crafting or making things for men. So because I had the poncho last time, they sent me this pattern to do the jumper with enough wool to make it big enough for Tom. It's beautiful wool, it's a lovely colour, it would really suit Tom. He just never wears jumpers.
Yeah.
Like literally never. He will wear a t-shirt in the winter outside. So
if I wear a fleece, it's just because it makes you feel cold.
It's
if
more
I don't.
Or you want a pocket to keep your wallet in.
Or a pocket, yeah.
Yeah. What I'm tempted to do is just think that was coming up huge. So that's probably still going to be too big, but I quite like it big. I'm tempted to just do it that size and see what happens. Or that size. look away. I'm going to measure my chest. Where's the tape measure gone?
Look away. Like she doesn't have control over the cameras.
Yes. Okay. Hang on. We'll go here a minute. I'll put this here to keep your eyes busy, and I'll privately measure myself.
Oh dear. Yes, people are suggesting either drop a needle size if it's too big, or choose a different pattern
Different
size.
size, yeah. So, I kind of bit between. I kind of could go that, but
Yeah, I
when I wear a jumper,
I it before measuring.
Yeah, that's true, and that'll make it slightly bigger, won't it, as well?
Yeah.
The thing is, when you look at it, the way they've got it fitted, it's fairly closely fitted to her. I don't want it to look like that. I want it bigger. So if it's like, if I was actually going by my actual size, I'd be here, but I want it outside. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with this. Blow all these tension square malarkey.
You're just sick of doing the tension square already.
I'm bored. I'm going to do the next size down instead of the biggest one that I was doing. And I'm going to start again. And that means I've got to change the little things again.
And like you say, you can adjust the length of the sleeves.
Yeah.
And of the jumper itself, I suppose.
Yeah, if I want to. Yeah. If I just change it at sort of that point, before you get to the armhole, if I change it at that point, the same on the back and the front, it should be okay. Okay, right. Now I've got to cast on all those stitches again. Oh, should I do a sleeve or something? It'd be shorter.
Oh, we've got Stitch Get Rachel in here now.
She was here earlier on, I think.
Was she? Yeah. I hadn't noticed.
Yes, it does do the finished garment size. That is a good point. That is a good point. So, thanks for reminding me that, Rachel. So,
Kathy's shouting your name as if to get your attention.
Kathy, what? What did I miss? Kathy! Kathy! Carol's going, hooray, because what? Because I'm not going to give it, because I am going to do the jumper. Yeah, I think it would be, I'm doing a crochet blanket. I've got 2 crochet blankets on the go, actually. I've got a Janie Crow one and the one I've started doing, inspired by Wendy's one, with all my scraps. So I don't need another blanket. And I know it would have been for you over at your place, but... So if I did that size, it would be 52 inches around. Okay. Oh, look away. Oh, actually.
Kathy's saying stick to piece you've already made. The problem with the piece she's already made is it'd gone wrong and she'd have to unpick bits of it.
Yeah. And that was really making the really huge one. Oh, actually, if that's the actual size, 52. Oh, that is quite big. Okay. Yeah, we'll go for the middle size then, not the second biggest size.
Because it sounds like yours was ending up slightly bigger than the intended thing.
Yeah. I mean, right, so now I'm looking at actual measurement on this second size up.
Jackie would like to know what your favourite craft is.
Oh, that's hard to say.
It's a difficult one to choose, isn't it? Yours is probably wrapping presents. That's your favourite, isn't it?
Oh, God, I hate wrapping presents. And I hate arranging flowers. There's 2 I absolutely hate, which I people think I'm going to be good at, but I've got no patience for them at all. Okay, so I feel like that is a little bit not roomy enough. I'm going to go for this middle one. Okay, right. Sorted. Decided.
Sweet.
Decided. I'm going to make it for me. And I'm going to make it that middle size. I probably now should go through and mark it off. Have I got a pen in this room? I don't know.
Kathy's shouting use the tape to measure how wide your existing piece is, double that, and then compare that to your actual size, plus 5 to 10 inches.
I did measure the existing piece, but I've now forgotten what it was.
Yeah. Well, you still got it.
I know that the existing piece is going to be too big, for sure, because the existing piece came up bigger than they're saying, because of my tension, and I hadn't even blocked it yet.
So definitely the middle one then, I'd say.
Yeah. I think the second size there might be okay, given that my tension comes up a little bit bigger and I haven't blocked it yet. But I like to be able to put it on over a t-shirt or whatever. Obviously, I don't want it next to my skin. I want room. And I hate things. I've got a real thing about it, so... Yeah. Okay, I'm going for the middle one.
Started the food conversation.
Oh, here we go. Shepherd's pie.
Gentleman shepherd's pie, nice.
It's, oh no, I've forgotten what it was. If I hadn't already gone downstairs, I'd disappear and get it. It's that one it's all hexagons. Is it called Persian something or other? A friend bought me the whole kit a couple of years ago, and I went through about like half of it all in one go and then stopped and got distracted by other things. She brought out a second colourway. So the first one was all kind of deep jewel tones. And then she brought out this one that was all kind of light, bright, summery kind of colours, which is the one Trina got for me. I absolutely love it. It's all hexagons, and then there are some, I think some little squares, but I haven't done any of them yet, and some little triangles you do as well. It's beautiful. 10 to 20 centimetres ease, yeah. And it's got to be generally a roomier fit than that is shown there. I wouldn't enjoy wearing it like that.
Yeah.
I'd be wearing his.
Oh, Debs is on the belly pork. Nice.
Oh, yum. Snoppy's been doing a lovely Janie Crow one, haven't you? Yeah. I think that brings me back, Kathy, to be on the safe side, this one. And it might end up being a little bit roomier because of my big attention, but, you know, I've got more than enough wool there to do it, and end up with some leftover for a hat now. I was just going to say, end up with some leftover chilli, because I saw what somebody's put up there. Emily. Oh. Breakfast hash browns with leftover chilli. Cool, that sounds like a nice breakfast. Yes, I used to spend a lot of time making jewellery, definitely, yeah. I've got loads of jewellery making stuff.
Tesco finest from Botulism Corner.
What? Do you like doing jewellery as well? What's everybody else's favourite crafts? Oh, fruit garden one, that sounds nice. I do love her patterns. They can be a little bit challenging, but yeah. I couldn't pick a favourite craft, you know.
I'm playing Minecraft with
yeah, does that count as a craft? Yeah. For me, I think it depends on what mood I'm in. I think sometimes I would tell you crochet is my favourite craft because I can just sit and do it without even thinking. I can make it up as I go along. You know, it's very easy going. Same with slow stitching. But I also love my art, and I've just rediscovered recently how much I enjoy doing my art again. And I was looking at, we were looking for something the other day, weren't we, Tom? And I've already forgotten what it was.
It was that
underwater references
thing you did.
So we were looking at some of the old art pieces I did, and I thought, blimey, I forgot I could do that. I need to get back to doing some more art again. So I love that too. It's really hard to choose. Oh, blimey, Mandy, yeah, I forgot. I used to make all that doll's house food out of Fimo. Yeah. Love that too.
Doing those cane things, don't we? Where you
slice through to make. Yeah.
You want to make a version of your glasses logo? Yeah.
And cut it through so that you can. Yeah, that would be brilliant if we could do that. Okay, so I am going to start this again, and I've got this great long cast on to count now as well.
You've got to count things.
Yeah.
So is this ball number 3 you're starting now?
No, I've gone back to number 2 because I actually unpicked that one.
Okay.
If I was just sitting here doing this calmly by myself, it would be fine. I'd have realised I'd gone slightly wrong with the pattern. I'd have carried on to be halfway up the back again by now.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering whether to do a sleeve because it's shorter to cast on, because trying to count and speak and everything else is difficult.
There's not much room in that tiny little head.
There isn't. Yeah, see, if it's sleeves, I've only got to count.
Jen's suggesting you cast on when you can relax. And that would be a lot less stressful. Yeah, but then what am I going to do right now? I've got to be doing something. I can't call it waffle.
A crafternoon if I'm not crafting, if I'm not at least pretending to craft.
You've actually for an hour and 10 minutes without doing anything yet.
I have done things. I've just undone them again, that's all.
I see no evidence.
That's not my fault.
Yeah, at least you don't have me saying random numbers in your ear while you're trying to count.
Oh God, yeah, now you've thought of it. Definitely a huge convert to these interchangeable needles. That's a real game changer for me. It's one of the things I find most difficult about knitting is unwieldy great big needles, especially when you're doing something like this. And also when you think about, in terms of storing them, you've just got this one cable, or I suppose you'd have some shorter and longer cables.
Yeah, you wouldn't need a big selection, would you?
No. Much, much easier to store them all. This was quite a long one. This is 100 centimetres, because apparently they measure from tip to tip of the needle. So when they give the cable length, it's not actually just the cable, it's including the needle.
Handy. Yes, Rhonda,
you did say that somewhere.
You weren't gone for long, but she is indeed starting again.
Yeah. Well...
Again.
No, not really. What I'm doing is abandoning doing a tension square, because I don't think I'm being accurate enough with the size for it to make that much difference that it's worth the hassle, to be honest.
Lazy.
I just carefully put on...
You know what it is, don't you? It's because you haven't got enough stress and tension helping you.
No, I've lost the little unlocker thing. Don't! Tom! You're going to make me cry in a minute. No, I've lost the little key thing.
How?
You was just here. I literally just used it, put it over there so I wouldn't lose it. There it is. I said earlier on, I think I might be a bit too tired to do the stream today.
You did say that, yeah. Now, are you removing the right needle?
Yes. And I'm putting a different colour one back on. I took that one off, but then put an identical one on.
Ah, that's...
Prat.
Yeah.
Hang on, what's... Jodie's saying, favourite craft definitely depends on mood. I think we would probably all say that, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, saying about the stoppers, Nikki. So that is those flat things. They are in there. I put them in the box. So I'm distracting myself again now. Oh. I literally can't move in here for... Where have you gone?
How have you lost?
Because I can't reach anything. That's why.
You'll get taller then.
No.
I had to help her take an item down off the middle shelf in the shop the other day.
Oh, I've left them downstairs then, have I? Surely not. Oh, here they are.
Deb's made a little felt pouch for her metal keys. It's easy to lose. Sensible.
That's a good idea. Yeah. It is only little, isn't it? I mean, I guess you could use something like a paperclip instead, but it's quite rigid, isn't it? So, yeah, so these are the little stopper things, aren't they? So, okay. So where do they go? What do you...
They go on the cable.
They go on the cable bit. So you would replace the needle tip with one of these, and that just works as a stopper. So the stitches don't all fall off.
Slide off.
Okay. That's a really good idea, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, you kind of need a little felt pouch for these to go in as well, don't you? So, yeah.
I'm confidently answering what you do. I've never even seen those before. Yeah, obviously.
It's obvious, yeah. Because I could get rid of all that now. I like that the packaging is all card. There's no plastic in this packaging at all, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice change.
Yeah, we need to go back to packaging all being card, not plastic.
Yeah. Anyway, so Jodie was saying, favourite craft depends on mood. Crochet or proggy for not thinking. Yeah. Metal embossing. Yes, I've had to go at that. This is why this room is so stuffed, because I've tried all these things and I've got all the gear. No idea. Need to be organised for a start. Painting Celtic knots. Yes. Yeah, beautiful. I love those. I love those kind of designs. Jodie, it was you who sent me that heart with the not heart, art swap with the Celtic knots, wasn't it? I'm just wondering if I got that handy. I probably haven't got it handy enough to be able to show. Yeah. Beautiful designs though. Slow stitch product for your knitting bits and bobs. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, you need some more projects. You haven't got much to do, really, have you?
Yeah, but sometimes I like making those things anyway, but now what am I going to do with them? Well, now I need a knitting one, don't I? So
true.
Yeah. And I've got a crochet thing that it's supposed to fit all your crochet bits and pieces, but basically everything ends up falling out into one thing, so I need to make a crochet one too. You can use a needle if you hold it near the body. You can use a needle. I don't get that. What?
Part of the problem here is that, with the delay, sometimes people are answering things we've already forgotten we said.
Yeah, that's it.
So if we sound confused, we apologise.
We both have the attention span of a gnat, don't we?
Yeah.
Sorry, this is a really weird and fluffy stream, peoples.
Also, regarding your crochet thing, you're saying all the things fall into the middle.
Yeah.
It's possible we could make some kind of 3D printed insert that could help to
keep everything,
hold some things in place.
Well, we can work on that anyway. Please.
I mean, yeah.
I'm going to do a sleeve first, simply because I've only got to count.
Interesting.
If I do that, I've only got to count 39 cast-on stitches instead of 127 or whatever it was I did yesterday.
Fair enough.
Well, actually, for this now it will only be 119. Wait a minute, I've got to make sure I circle the right ones. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 111. But still, counting 111 is a bit different from counting 39, so I'm going to do a sleeve.
Yeah.
Just so I've got something to be doing while we're chatting.
And Snoppy, I'm not sure if you're all normal or just this is a
we're just all as bad as each other. Yeah. Oh, what? I've lost it altogether.
You're not
now.
alone. Can't even do 29.
No.
Was it 29?
No, it's 39. See, I had this just now. I did it without even thinking, didn't I? So how come now all of a sudden I can't do it?
You must be thinking.
What is the matter with me? Now I'm conscious of everybody looking at. Don't look at me. Nothing to see here.
Oh, unlocking and locking the needle tip. So you can use a needle instead of the little metal thing.
Ah, right, okay. Ah. Yes, of course. Yeah. Because that would be equally rigid, wouldn't it? Yeah. Good thinking. So if I lose it...
But, yeah, hold it near the thing so that you don't put too much...
Yeah, don't snap it off.
Pressure on it.
5, 6, 7, 8.
She's got to count out loud
9,
or she'll lose.
10. Talk amongst yourselves. 11, 12,
73.
13. Shut up. 14.
I'm helping.
15. Don't.
You've only got to get to 39.
16. 17.
She's almost gone already.
18. 19. 20, more than halfway there. Shut up. 23. I am doing this all at arm's length as well. 24.
She is. Just
25,
bear in mind that arm's
which
length
is
for her isn't
difficult.
that far away. She's going to have to do 5 rows for these sleeves.
38. 29. 30. Oh. 31.
Snoppy wants to know if that was 15.
32. 33. 34. You're not funny either, Snoppy. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39, I think, but now I'm going to have to count them again.
Probably.
I think I dropped one just then as well.
Yeah, these needles are new to her, but the idea of these needles has been around for ages.
Yeah. I do think once I get used to them, it's going to be so much easier than those great big long...
Yeah.
And as I say, with a jumper like this, especially for bigger sizes, it'd be those really huge long ones, wouldn't they? Well, I did get in the... Must have been for the rabbit one, because the rabbit was done on with such big fat yarn. The needles for that were these. I can't even get them all on the screen. Huge. It would have had to be like this.
For those wondering, yes, that is just a pin that she's holding.
Shorts, you're not funny either.
Yes, yes.
Even if you do say it en français. Thank you. Don't forget to give a thumbs up for the video. It's nice when people do that, it does make a difference because I see more thumbs up after. Yeah, they were a really good idea. And I always used to think they were only for knitting that were, some things are just knitted in the round, aren't they?
Yeah.
But of course, there's no reason we can't just use them for normal back and forth knitting. It's just easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to count these just to make sure. Shut up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 20, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40.
40.
That's one gone.
She could just mute me shorts, but she doesn't know how. She'd have to ask me how to mute me, and then she wouldn't be able to ask me how to unmute me afterwards because she couldn't hear me.
34, 36, 38, 39. I could mute him. I do know how to do it. I could do it right this second. However, if I do that, he'll just to teach me a lesson. He'll just go off and pretend not to be there for the rest of the stream and make me panic. So I'm not going to do it.
That is a good idea. Yeah. So when I go around to her house and she tells me to go away, but in a much ruder form. It's like, okay, bye then. No.
Yeah, no. I've been on YouTube. I think I started it quite a while ago, like 2014 or something, the channel. But I didn't really do much with it. I only did that because I had to have somewhere to put, when I was on these scrapbooking teams, you had to have somewhere to share stuff, basically. I didn't do much with it until I retired in 2020. So it's really since 2020, so it's about 5 years. 5 years, nearly 1,000 videos now. Oh, just looking for the other needle.
It's crazy.
It's a crazy.
Yeah, where could that needle possibly be?
It genuinely does make it a little bit difficult at arm's length. When it's in your lap, it's a hell of a lot easier. So, hence, I'm looking slightly more cack-handed than I would in real life, if you like.
Yeah, sure. It's 11,000 subscribers, and most of them are nuts, as you say.
Magic loop. Is there a magic loop in knitting as well, Hamo? I'm fine with magic loop in crochet, not a problem at all. Or magic ring, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
But is there one in knitting?
No idea. So, do you have a plan for video number 1,000? Because you're at 999 right now.
Am I? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, perhaps I should then. Well, will this one count as... This one will come out...
I don't know if the lives count
Do
in
they
the
count
video
in the
thing.
videos? I don't know.
They don't
Well,
come up
CNC.
under the video, so they go up under live, don't they?
I could delete a few old ones because some of those old ones are really awful.
There is some garbage in there, yeah.
Yes, it is knitted flat, Debs. Yeah. Yeah. Even though it's on circular needles, it's all... Yeah, it's knitted front, back and 2 sleeves, kind of like normal.
Well, Jackie, if by any husband you mean me, I'm actually her son. And yes, I create things.
Yeah. Who are you talking to?
Don't have any examples there.
Oh, yeah, and yeah. Yes, he's quite creative, actually. Both my sons are in different ways, aren't you?
Yeah.
You do all sorts of things. What Tom likes to do is to watch me struggle to do something, buy all the stuff, do it himself once or twice, tell me how easy it is, and then never do it again.
Yeah.
Hence why one of the custom emojis you'll see the members using is Tom. It's the beardy face saying, this one I'll show you, the beardy face saying easy. That's our rendition of Tom.
Yeah.
Did that come out?
It did.
Yeah.
And I made that, and it was very easy to do, as it happens.
But yeah, you've done a bit of crochet and embroidery, haven't you? You're also good at woodwork and 3D printing and digital
punch
art.
needle thing.
Yeah. Metalwork.
I can't show anyone the punch needle thing I did because it's a very rude word.
It's a very rude word. I wouldn't let him show it on
It's not very
YouTube.
rude, but it is rude.
Yeah. I do think, though, with crafting for men, I think I saved this because this is something that my husband likes to... Well, it's just become a thing. We leave these for each other all over the place. But he started it. He printed all these off the internet because we started doing this to each other just as like a term of endearment. So it's like instead of waving or blowing kisses, we're just doing this. So he printed all these off and just leaves them all over the place for me to find, like underneath my gin bottle, on my coffee jar in the morning.
I think he said there's still some you haven't found yet as well.
Probably. There was one being held up by my mannequin thing up here. So I did think I could embroider that for him, and that would be crafting for men, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. What you could do is get a whole load of them printed out in like those fabric transfer sheets and iron them into all his clothes.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the inside, so only he can see it.
I could make him a special bag for his bowling balls with them embroidered all over. Yeah, a quilt. Hi, Wendy. You have been mentioned, even though you weren't here, only in the nicest possible way, talking about your lovely blanket.
Apparently you're not old enough to have adult children.
I am, though.
Yeah, I'm 41. So.
Yeah, he's 42 this year, and he's my youngest.
Yeah.
Pretty scary, isn't it? But thank you. Who said that?
That was Jackie again.
That must have been Jackie, yeah, because it's someone who doesn't already know.
Yeah, must be someone new to not know that you're old. Not that I'm implying you're old, of course.
I'm going to end that poll now because it's not really... It's about half and half, actually.
Yeah.
54% came out for doing blanket, and I think in the end, I think I need to meet the challenge of doing the jumper, because I don't think it's not really that much of a challenge. I think I will wear it, and
so
I have
two
got
polls where you've ignored the results.
and I have got yeah, but my own vote counts as well. And I have got 2 other blankets on the go already, crochet ones. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. And this would be good practice for me knitting anyway. You know, doing the decreasing of things, whereas with the blanket, I wouldn't have to do that. No,
if you did that in a blanket, it would be weird.
Okay, so I'm going to... I could do 15 rows in 1 by 1 rib. So I'm going to count them along here, I think.
You're as old as you feel, yeah. If she's as old as her height suggests, then she's in her teens.
Magic loop in knitting is on long circular needles. Stops you having to change to double pointed needles for knitting in the round. That's too small for the smallest circulars. E.g. when getting down to the toes on socks.
Sounds very complicated.
Stops you having to change to double pointed needles. Yeah, because I've never used the double pointed needles. Ah. Is it made... Well, Wendy, that's an interesting question. So is the magic loop, Nikki, made in the same way, kind of similar way to the crochet one? Because I find the crochet, I don't have a problem with making a crochet magic loop at all. That's what I'm making, Wendy, although for a while I was going to give up and make a blanket, but it's only because I got so bogged down with not wanting to do a tension square and not being able to choose what size. I started doing I wanted to just do the first repeat of the pattern last night before I came on today. And I do love this basket weavy kind of pattern. But then I realised, I looked at it here and thought, I'm fine. In fact, up to there I am fine. Is it just later on I've gone wrong?
Have you gone wrong at all?
It probably turned I hadn't gone wrong at all.
All of this was for nothing.
I was just looking at the wrong side. I hadn't gone wrong at all.
Yeah, it looks fine.
It does look fine, everybody, doesn't it? Look, I didn't need to unpick that at all. It's fine. I was looking at the wrong side. Can you see?
Fantastic.
I hadn't gone wrong. I looked at that side and thought, oh my God, I've gone wrong. What? That was a perfectly executed piece of knitting. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever.
I think Emily might be laughing at you.
I am just a prat.
And yes,
okay.
I am the tech guy.
Yeah. It's okay. Because in the end, if I'm going to be wearing this really, and that's only one side, this, I can't even get it all on the screen. Really is.
Yeah.
Really is too big. I decided to knit the biggest size, and it's man size, so I really don't need that size. So it's okay. I would have had to start again anyway, just for the size.
Sure.
I can't believe that I thought I'd gone wrong and I hadn't gone wrong at all. What an idiot.
Oh dear.
Oh my God.
It's just...
It's okay. I don't think anyone will have noticed, will they?
No, not notice. I don't think anyone was watching. It's fine.
Yeah. And I've had lots of practice over the years at making a fool of myself, so I'm used to that. And everybody who watches regularly is also used to it. Oh, God. Oh, so I could have just quietly carried on doing what I was doing, not mentioned the size at all. You all would have thought I was completely, absolutely fine and confident in what I was doing. Nobody would have been any the wiser.
90 minutes in, 2 rows completed. Yeah, that's about on par, isn't it? It seems.
Yeah, but huge decisions made. And also, I did also do a tension square. Oh no, I haven't picked that, have I? Yes, I know. And I didn't complete the square either. I think that's what's missing.
Yeah. Well, I hope we provided entertainment anyway.
God,
and then no one came here for a knitting tutorial.
Yeah, what would we have talked about? something else. So does anybody get any more ideas about what man they would knit? It doesn't have to be real life. I mean...
Yeah.
And it could be any craft, even if it's a craft you're not actually competent in. Like knitting.
Yes. Let's assume that you would be able to make whatever it is.
Yeah, like you could say, I would like to make a 3-tier cake for Johnny Depp. Shaped like a pirate's ship.
I'd like to make a bulletproof top hat for Abraham Lincoln.
Count how many stitches on that piece until it looks the right width. Hey Zoe nerd. On this piece I'm knitting now, Amanda. Ammo. I've got an Amanda as well. Ammo. Favourite music when creating? I don't tend to listen to music when creating. I tend to watch other people on YouTube. I'll sing to myself. I tend to use that as time to catch up on YouTube videos and things, or binge watch stuff like Star Trek. I think music isn't enough to... Sometimes I'll listen to an audiobook, but music isn't enough to keep my head busy when I'm crafting usually. So
for me, sometimes because I tend to be doing programming stuff, that's my creative
you
outlet.
Listen to your 80s pop stuff then, don't you?
I tend to need something like music that is busy enough to distract bits of my head, but I need to be doing lots of language based things,
so you need to be able to concentrate as well.
I need to have something without words, ideally. Whereas I find if I listen to music, my mind will wander a little bit too much. It sounds weird, I know, I won't concentrate. Yeah. Oh, I thought you went quiet, Carol. No, you haven't missed anything. A lot, Carol.
You've only missed me.
A lot of unstitching.
Basically, you've missed me starting again. I'm doing a sleeve, so I didn't have so many to cast on while I'm live. And also me realising that this piece I thought I did wrong last night, in fact, isn't wrong at all. It's perfect. I was just looking at it back to front and thinking, well, that's clearly gone hideously wrong. It hasn't. That's the right side. It hadn't gone wrong at all. But it's okay, because it was too big anyway.
Oh, dear.
Basically, you missed me proving what a prat I am again.
You did not need to prove that.
Yeah, everybody already knew.
Yeah.
This is the only bit I get confused with the it's like when I change direction, I get confused about where I want the yarn to start. Yeah, okay, I'm all right now. Oh, an Elizabethan doublet for Tom Hiddleston. I don't know who Tom Hiddleston is, but assuming it's someone who'd look good in an Elizabethan doublet. Now I need to Google Tom Hiddleston. I'm not very good with names.
He's one of those ones that
you see in all the period dramas.
Over, one of the ones where all the women go crazy in a way that they'd be very angry if men did that about a female celebrity.
Don't be bitter, Tom. I love Star Trek. My plan is this year I'm watching it through all over again. I've already gone through all of the early episodes, the Captain Kirk ones. I've watched the first season of Next Generation, and I'm partway through the next season, the second season of Next Generation. I will be watching... Last year I watched the entirety of Doctor Who from 1963 up to the present day.
And then apparently immediately forgot all the plot.
Yeah. So that means I can watch it again.
Yeah.
He's horrible.
Just keep watching in a loop.
He's horrible, that Tom. Debs.
Depends which Tom you're talking about.
Is she talking about Tom Hiddleston?
Being spoken about here, yeah. There's also Tom Hardy being spoken about at some point.
Yes. He'd look quite fetching in a Elizabethan doublet as well.
Yeah. Next Generation is the best. Is it though, Zoe? Is it?
I'm
currently watching through Voyager.
Yeah. I watched a couple of them with you the other day, didn't I? And we quite enjoyed them.
Tom Bombadil. Now, I can't say the words that come to mind when thinking of Tom Bombadil.
He's just
you can eat an entire bag of them.
He's just the bit that everybody in the world except Tom skips through. Nobody reads all of Tom
Bombadil's. Skip through that bit.
Nobody reads all of Tom Bombadil's poetry. Except you. A song for you, Jackman. Is that just because it would be really, really quick to crochet, Susie? Oh. I would agree with you at the moment, Zoe.
Except for some of the early ones in the first series of The Next Generation, where they hadn't quite found it yet. Some of those were we're straying into too nerdy here, but yeah. The first few episodes of the first series of Next Generation were difficult.
They haven't quite found their stride yet. It's often the way when you've got a new cast settling in together and stuff, isn't it, though?
Yeah.
I'm quite looking forward to the bit where, what's his name, gets absorbed into the Borg.
Oh, yeah. Spoiler.
I think most people have seen it already if they're the kind of people who are ever going to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, it is awkward doing this at arm's length, I tell you. See, now you won't believe this. After all this palaver this afternoon, guys, you will see me next week. I'll be halfway through the jumper.
As in, it'll be finished and you're so small you only make it halfway up the thing.
I'll be wearing the sleeve because I've made it so huge. I mean, this is just a cuff. This is just the cuff end of the sleeve, so...
Carol's just said about losing internet and asking what she missed again, so I guess she also missed us telling her what she missed.
Oh, we already told you what you missed, Carol. Did you go again?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. A couple of people were replying to you as well, I'm sure. I saw, like, Snoppy saying...
yeah.
Just Annie starting again, Carol, with lots of laughs. Everybody basically laughing at me, realising, yeah, so what I told you was, I'd say it once more. I started again, I dropped the tension square, I decided what size I'm going for, and I realised, this is the best news of all, that I hadn't actually gone wrong with this at all. It is actually perfect. There is nothing wrong with this. I had, in fact, been looking at the wrong side.
There's something wrong, but it was with you, not with the jumper.
But it's okay because I needed to do a different size anyway.
Also, I know we've had this discussion on this channel before, but the whole British versus American English thing, jumper versus sweater.
Oh, yeah.
Now, jumper doesn't make a lot of sense. What's it got to do with jumping? But sweater is just gross. I don't want something that makes me sweaty.
No. Isn't a jumper something else in American terms? Isn't it something like we would call dungarees or something? Oh, no, it's jumpsuit, is it? I don't know.
Maybe.
I've got a feeling a jumper is something, but not what we think of as a jumper.
No idea.
Oh. I hate when that kind of thing happens, Carol. So, Kaz is saying, when I was a teacher, I gave my year 12s an assignment on Lord of the Rings, and most of it was on Tom Bombadil. You horrible teacher! To weed out who had watched the movies and who'd actually read the book.
That is genius.
Yeah, because it's left out the movies altogether, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's one of the few things where I think the movies were better than the books because they cut out a lot of the craft. There's a lot of stuff in the books that was just like, here's yet another 4-chapter description of a feast.
Yeah.
And yes, they're at the bottom of a mountain. Okay, good.
I quite like the description of feasts. They did also make it a lot less misogynistic in the films.
Yeah. Same with the Bond films. They were quite misogynistic, but compared to the books... Yeah,
having said all that, I have a very soft spot for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. My first proper grown-up book, really, from when I was a kid. First proper big book that I read,
you can
really.
Relate.
I thought, did I hear something then?
Did it make you want to go on an adventure with
Oh,
a wizard?
shut up! Tell him. Stop picking on me. When did you leave off, Hayley? Oh, a jumper. It's a skirt with a bib. See, I did know it's something to do with a bib. I thought it was maybe I had dungarees in my head. I knew it was something like that. Yeah. Oh, you... Hayley. Naughty step for everybody.
And yes, so it does depend who's making me sweaty.
Yes, it's true.
But we're talking about clothing, not people here.
Yeah. Or
It's going to be
food.
dirty.
Food can make you sweat. Can me.
Yeah, Zoe says you like the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit books because they're history books for you.
Was everybody picking on me today?
Autobiographical.
I'm going to listen to Jackie now. Annie, what's your favourite food when you were a child? Yours was and still is egg and chips. Oh, God, I forgot how much I liked egg and chips. In the days when everybody in their kitchen had a chip pan on the stove, which was always half full of fat, and it was fat that went solid. It wasn't oil. That would have been fancy and posh.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
lard, basically.
Didn't you prefer Lember spread, though?
I'm ignoring. I knew that was coming. But yeah, everybody had a chip pan on the stove that just sat there, and like every so often they must have changed the fat, but I don't remember it happening. But yeah, egg and chips, or egg, chips and peas. Oh, yum.
What's egg and chips? Well, it's egg, believe it or not, and what a lot of people call fries rather than chips.
Yeah.
We call them chips here
And usually
because we're weird.
it would be a fried egg in those days as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ham, egg and chips, classic. Gammon, egg and chips. Basically,
Spam, egg, chips and
you
peas.
have your slice of gammon with your egg on the top and chips on the side, i.e. fries in other people's language. Yeah. Only it would have to be big, fat, homemade type fries, not skinny chips or anything like that.
Your neighbour's house caught fire and was destroyed because of a chip pan. Yeah, dangerous things.
It happened all the time, didn't it? In those days,
That's
well,
why
all the time, but often.
They used to always be doing that demonstration of pouring water on a chip pan fire because
Oh yeah,
it was more likely to actually happen back then.
There used to
than
be
it is
lots
now.
of public information films about how to put out a chip pan fire because it happened so much. Yeah, Hayley don't remember her nan changing the chip pan. They must have changed it, surely, but I don't remember seeing it as a regular thing. Baked egg and chips, that's a bit healthier. Brandy with Baileys.
With bacon.
Oh. Yeah, bacon makes it a bit less...
Australia makes everyone sweaty. Is that just because of the temperature, or is it because you're worried about all the venomous animals all around you?
Oh, brandy with Baileys.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm hungry now. I always finish up these streams starving. Soft-boiled eggs with soldiers. One of my favourite... I had some strange favourites as a kid. We were really hungry, so a lot of the things I liked were like really carby things, and I was a real skinny kid, so like didn't matter. But I liked dal and rice. That was one of our family favourites. And Mum would do things like just to fill you up. I think that was a common thing then. So like rice with butter and vinegar on it, not posh butter. It had to be cheap old margarine and malt vinegar. And I still like that sometimes now. And it sounds gross. Most people would think it's gross. Chelsea used to sometimes do like... Mandy, are you still there? Do you remember this? The exploding goose egg.
The exploding goose.
I've talked about that on here before.
Stream.
Yeah, because we had this small. We moved down to this small holding from like right in the middle of London down to this small holding in a very rural village. Anyway, we had these geese and ducks and chickens and things, and we used to hatch the eggs out. And sometimes Mum would have them in the kitchen, sometimes they'd be being hatched out, sometimes we collected them to eat, and the geese were terrible at just going off and abandoning the eggs and forgetting where they were and things, so you didn't always know how long they'd been laid. And I mean, eggs do have a really long life on them actually, but this goose egg had been left in the warm kitchen overnight. We had a Rayburn in there, so it was warm, and it exploded. It was obviously had been laid a long time before and had completely gone off. And and a goose egg is big, it's like this, and it just exploded. It was dripping off the ceiling. It stunk. The whole house stunk. God, it's awful. Spam fritters and rissoles. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I started making sort of pre-battered spam fritters again relatively recently.
Yeah,
I say it's again. Like, as in the last 10 years, not.
And you can get a reduced fat and reduced salt spam now. They're obviously trying to make it more healthy.
The worst thing in the world.
No, it's not the best thing either, is it?
No. I prefer bacon grill.
I always loved Christmas. Where did that come from? School dinners as well. Loved school dinners. Mostly,
Yeah.
It was very filling. I liked things like when it was a chocolate sponge and chocolate custard day.
Yeah.
Rice pudding, all those stodgy things.
What did you do in art group?
Sugar sandwiches. Kat's got a Cat Kate, so yeah, another person with like different names in different places. She's got a YouTube channel now. I did share it in the Facebook group and the Discord community, so probably most people will have seen it.
Yeah. You always assumed spam was a wartime food. Might have been originally.
I think it might have been originally, yeah. Chocolate crunch with pink custard. Whoa. Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about blancmange the other day, weren't we?
Yeah.
That's something you don't see anymore.
Can you remember Mr. Newman, Mandy? He made us that blancmange when we were kids. We were so well brought up to be polite and,
Yeah.
We put this blancmange that he'd made in the shape of a rabbit, bright pink, looked like it's going to taste lovely. Put it in our mouths, tasted absolutely vile. Us being brought up the way we were, we wouldn't have said "bleh" and spat it out. We ate it all as fast as we possibly could to get it done. So he immediately said, "Oh, you obviously enjoyed that. Would you like some more?" Oh no. The reason it was vile is because he must have seen something on our faces and tasted it himself. He was a lovely old boy, lived on his own with this little dog called Tosca whose insides were hanging out of a bumhole. I remember that very clearly.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, but anyway, he's a sweet old chap, and it must have been quite a thing, us all going around for tea, and he was trying to make things he thought kids would enjoy. His wife had died a few years before, and so he'd even made this beautiful shaped bright pink blancmange, but he'd forgotten to put the sugar in. So it was gross. It was just like you put it in your mouth expecting sweet, and it just tastes of blancmange tastes of just like
that texture without the right really. Taste would be.
Yeah. But us, being brought up the way we were, we just politely ate it as fast as we could.
I can't imagine you would have dared to say how gross food was to your mother.
No, not unless you wanted to be starved for a couple of days to make up for it. Well, apparently you don't like my food.
Get to eat now.
Yeah. Orange sandwiches, that sounds strange. Yeah, I suppose, summer pudding. Yeah, I love summer pudding. Eating cake mix. I always hated raw cake mix. It's a thing that lots of people remember, licking a spoon and stuff, and I always thought it. But I did used to eat raw sausage meat when I got the chance, and also oxo cubes straight out the foil.
Oh yeah, as long as you won't do anything weird.
Yeah. I used to eat everyone's rice pudding. When we moved down to London, from London to this little rural thing. I mean, I think a lot of the people we were at school with, it's a very tiny little school, 50 kids in the whole school, and we'd gone from. Why are you making that noise? Am I talking too much?
No, that was just the very few people in the school.
Oh yes. So there were like 4 of us big ones who were heading up to secondary school the following year. We mostly spent our time
big being a relative term here,
messing about and looking after the little ones. And there were just 2 teachers in the whole thing, and one of them had been retired and brought back. It was that kind of a school. Anyway, the school dinners I thought were lovely, and I think we were quite appreciative audience. So they used to, like, there was one in particular, I remember they used to make this, I think they called it fudge tart or something. It had this squidgy fudge filling in it and there's chocolate on the top and stuff. And they knew that we liked it, and they used to actually leave us, me and Mandy and Sarah, they used to leave us half of one of these things out on the window ledge. I don't know if Mandy will remember that. Yeah. We must have looked like we needed feeding up, because I think they were all quite robust around there. They were farming, it was a farming kind of community, and we were pale, skinny London kids at that point.
So he didn't know there was a secondary school in the Shire.
It was kind of like the Shire. It was like honestly, it was like going back 50 years. It was like Laurie Lee. Always reminded me of Laurie Lee's books.
Going back 50 years,
and
it was like 1750.
Yeah. I'm listening to what you're insulting me with and reading Mandy's comment at the same time. We were a bit, see, we used to have school medicals then, and you would get weighed and checked for nits and all that stuff, and we quite often used to get sent home with cod liver oil and malt and vouchers for things, and orange juice concentrate and stuff. Which, of course, you know, we'd be delighted getting sent home with these things. Mum would be furious. Clip round the ear for looking so thin.
That'll teach you.
What were you, breathing in or something?
Told you to put lead in your shoes.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it sure is logic. Now you see where she gets it from, Schultz.
So yeah, I did always appreciate school dinners. What I didn't like was the school milk. Oh, you still got school milk in those days, in those little third of a pint size bottles. And in that particular school, I could have just about stood to drink milk if it was ice cold. Still don't like drinking milk now. I don't have milk in coffee or anything. But they used to stand at the crates with the bottles in. Next to, there was this like stove. It's just like Laurie Lee. If people have read Laurie Lee's books, there was this stove in the middle of the big main classroom. There were just 2 classrooms in this school, and they would put the milk crate by that stove so that it would make it slightly warm. Not even hot, slightly warm, as if it had just come out the cow.
Nice.
And then they'd stick a straw in the top, and you were supposed to drink it. Oh, God. Yuck.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Debs hates milk but can drink cream out of the carton.
Yeah, I could go along with that.
Best not.
I could go along with that, though. Milk, cream, different, innit? But, well, no.
I want to get one of those cream siphon things.
And I love... No, you don't. I love butter and I love cheese. So it's not like I don't like dairy. It's just something about, like...
Yeah.
Body temperature milk. Oh,
well, you're not a baby. Why would you want body temperature milk?
Ugh.
You're onto solids by now.
Yeah. My friend can't drink milk for the
Despite
same
your
reason.
size.
Yeah. Well, I think that was long after I would have been left school, but yeah, I'd have been raising a cheer for that, definitely.
Ooh,
Thatcher the
I was getting home
Snatcher.
hungry one day. All there was in the cupboards was a tin of oysters.
Yes. You ate them. Oh, I bet you were in trouble. I can remember one time with Mum, because she couldn't help it. She wasn't organised, was she? But
Yeah.
but she would like collect up things like, she had a thing for those tin smoked oysters, which are lovely, and she would store things like that, thinking that they would be really nice for a special occasion at some point. And then she'd run out of money for actual food. And I can remember us all sitting in a row. We must look like little birds or something, all sitting in a row with her with a tin of these oysters one time, feeding us one at a time. Can you remember that, Mandy? On a fork, having these, yeah.
That's weird and gross.
And she used to do this thing where she made batter, just like flour and water batter, and fried it in a pan. And that was lunch, because that was all she had. Like, we weren't alone in that. There are a lot of people living like that, Who hasn't been counting my rows for me?
I haven't.
Me!
We assumed you were on it, given your past performance.
Okay, so, like, if I want to count these now, this is what I get confused counting rows. So I count
the V's.
That one, don't I? The V's. Just count the V's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But is this 7?
That's a good question.
That I've got on my needle now.
I imagine it would be if you finished them. Schultz says 87. Emily says 93.
Thank you. Thank you.
Big help, guys.
You're catching it from Tom.
I'm very proud.
Snoppy, there's no naughty step high enough for you. Hot sterilised milk on cornflakes. Or, even worse than that, on Weetabix.
I'll get it nice and wallpaper pasty.
But I do remember having liking evaporated milk on cornflakes. Like,
not sure about
7.
that.
Is that a sensible answer, Nikki? Is it 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you.
Oh, Emily, you missed the live. There were 188 spools of thread.
Oh, yeah. And Sylvia won. So Snoppy was... Yeah. They were like one apart. Snoppy in one direction, Sylvia in the other. So Sylvia guessed 195.
Snoppy guessed 180.
Snoppy guessed 180, and the answer was 188.
Which is now written again for the guess of how many rows.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to send some of the reels of thread to Sylvia. And I have tried stitching with some of them now. It's really nice to stitch with. You have to use it slightly differently from the stranded cotton. I'm finding I need a much shorter length because the more times you put it through the fabric, the more it sort of affects the texture of the wool, slightly unwinds it and just kind of fluffs it up in a way that doesn't look very good. Might be because of the kind of fabric I'm using it in. I think if you're using it in felt, or if you were using it on like a more open kind of canvasy type thing, you wouldn't get that so much. But woohoo! Enjoy the rest of the week, Susie. Oh, you got a nice long weekend then. I do need a click counter. Then I would also need to remember to click it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's the problem, isn't it?
Yes, I did think about that, Emily. I might try that.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't then leave a big hole in the fabric as well.
True, you don't want to close up afterwards, really, don't you?
But yeah, definitely that would help. I think I looked up a few things. I found this thing I'd not seen before called wool applique, and that seemed to be different kinds of embroidery stitches with wool yarn and felt, and it looked amazing. Some of the examples looked amazing, so I might try some of that with it. I've got plenty to play with, and I'm going to definitely try dyeing some. Really enjoyed dyeing the stranded cotton with the ink tents the other day.
Well, I don't mean to alarm you, but have you looked at the clock recently?
Oh, no, I haven't. It's time to go. Oh, okay. Oxo cube and hot water on cut up white bread for breakfast. See? And that's another thing Mum used to use, as Oxo cubes crumbled up in the flour and water batter mix. So, just to make a taste of something else, if that's what she had. Yes. It was a case of looking in the cupboard and thinking, what am I going to do with flour and Oxo cubes? I'll mix them with water and fry them in a pan because the chip pan's always there.
Smart.
Oh, have you got migraine or something, Jen? Did I miss that? I've missed a lot of the chat this time.
Yes.
Alison's daughter driving me out to my caravan on Friday for the weekend. Oh, lovely. Oh, that'll be a lovely weekend, Alison. You enjoy. We're just talking about you, Sylvia. You're going to be getting the threads.
Yeah.
I'm going to send them with your heart, if that's okay. Oh, I hope you feel better soon, Jen. I'll come back next week and show you my half-completed jumper.
Yeah.
I better think about what I'm going to do for video number 1000. The next one that I was making to go, well, it's either going to be one of the I'm behind on my opening swaps videos, or I've got an exciting announcement about a bazaar thing coming up, so it's going to be one of them. But maybe I should do something special. Oh my god, I hadn't planned for that at all.
No.
Okay. See those seagulls off. Oh, don't ask about the jumper, Sylvia. No, the jumper was going to be for Tom, then it was going to be a blanket, and now it's for me. Cut a long story short.
Yes.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Really enjoyed your company.
Everyone.
Forgot to say my special thank yous to the channel members and put the thing up.
You still could.
Because I didn't realise how... Yeah, I'll do that now as I'm saying goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh, but we've got this screen. We didn't change the screen. So, yeah. 51 members now. And I've run out of words because I'm aware that we've actually already finished. But thank you so much to every single one of those people. I'll do a proper thank you on the next video instead.
Yeah.
They're not amazing though. We can do a new emoji now. Thanks so much everybody for coming today. Really appreciate it. Wouldn't be much fun without you. It'd be quite boring.
It really would, yeah, especially for me.
And sorry for all the palaver and fiascos.
I think people enjoy the palaver and fiascos more than the rest.
I've actually done quite a lot of knitting. It's just none of it's come to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Boiled rice and jam! Forgot that one. Tomato soup and boiled rice dropped into it. And it was always Patna rice. That's something that's occurred to me recently. Why we're all basmati now. You never see Patna rice anymore. If I wanted Patna rice to get the full rice with butter and vinegar experience, where would I find Patna rice? Okay, bye everybody.
On the internet.
I'm going to stop
Bye,
now.
guys.
I've tried, I've looked on it, I couldn't find it.
You sure it exists?
Yes. See you later, guys. Bye. Rice with custard and jam. Oh, hang on, wait. Up here. You won't see all the chat come up straight away though, Sylvia, if you want to watch it back. I don't think the chat always comes up straight away.
Not straight
That's
away.
all right,
No.
you're very welcome, Kate. It's brilliant. I hope you do well with it. It's lovely. She takes you for a walk. So it's like she goes for a walk and then she does sketches inspired by her walks and things. Yeah, it's really nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, I'm stopping now. See you all later. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
God.